What's going on, guys? John, aka Holmescope here, back with a brand new video, and today we are doing part 4 of the Naruto webcam overlay series. This time, we have two fan favorites, Jiraiya and Pain. So, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Now, first things first, when going into this video, we're gonna find out which elements will work well for each character. So, at this point in time, we're gonna go for Jiraiya. Now, looking at Jiraiya's webcam overlay, we just know going into it that there aren't gonna be that many elements that can really work well with him, only because he doesn't really have like a logo going for him besides his headband, which we'll probably put that in there. And then I'll probably find a PNG of the scroll that he wears on his back typically. Maybe even throw in some of his white hair, because that's an iconic part of the character. So with all those elements put together, I think Jiraiya will come out really well. So let's get right into the speed art of his webcam overlay. Okay, so looking right at our Jiraiya webcam overlay, this is the static version. Obviously, we're going to animate it afterward, but right away, you can tell that I added in some of the elements that I already mentioned, and I think it came out really clean and really well. But one thing that you'll notice is that I used the red that is actually in Jiraiya's jacket, and then up top, I used the white hair. The white color of the top of the border is also to match the hair as well. But I really like the way that the headband turned out, putting it at the bottom. Typically, I put them in the top right of these Naruto webcam overlays, but I think Jiraiya's just looks really good in the bottom, especially because it's so unique. And then, of course, I added in the old sage toads. I forget their names, so forgive me for that, but I'm gonna animate them in just the same way that we did Itachi and Kakashi, the way that we had like Cloud first come in and basically expose them to the webcam overlay. So we're gonna do the same thing for them when we animate it. So now that we got all the assets that we need for Jiraiya's webcam overlay, let's get right into animating it. Alright guys, here we have Jiraiya's animated webcam overlay. Now one thing you'll notice is that there's a lot of subtle animations within here. So you see the hair kind of flips right there. We have the scroll do a little bit of a rotation, and then there's a shine that goes across the headband. But also, we added in the sage toads, and we have them animate in just like they're being summoned. Now, although these are very subtle animations, added together, these do really help make the webcam very unique and very clean and simple, which is exactly what you want to go with, especially with the direction that Twitch has been going nowadays, where a lot of the designs are very clean and minimal. All right, so that one's for all my Jiraiya fans. Now we're gonna get into actually explaining what we're gonna do for Pain's webcam overlay, Jiraiya's first student, and then going from there, we're gonna animate all the elements that go into it. So what we know for sure going into Pain's webcam overlay is that we're gonna include the Akatsuki cloud, we're gonna include the Rinnegan, and we're gonna include the headband from the village hidden in the mist with the line through it, of course, because he is part of the Akatsuki. Now, all those things have in common with Itachi's webcam overlay, so we're gonna use his as a template. We're gonna change his Sharingan to the Rinnegan, and then his headband to the village hidden in the mist rather than the village hidden in the leaves. But what we're gonna change with Pain's more than anyone else's is that we're gonna add in his piercings and his chakra receivers. So that should be a really interesting concept. I'm gonna see how those come out. I'm really looking forward to it though, because it's gonna give a kind of a different shape to the webcam overlay. Not just the box, but having those piercings on the outside kind of gives it almost an abstract shape. So now that we have the assets that we're gonna use for the webcam overlay, let's get right into designing it. Alright guys, here is the Pain webcam overlay. Completely static, not animated just yet. We'll get into that afterward, but for right now, I think this thing came out absolutely incredible. And Pain has been one that people have been requesting for me since the very first Naruto webcam overlay video I did, and I think they are not going to be disappointed with the one that we made right here. I think the piercings came out really well. I really like the way that the snake bites that he has like under his lip, I like the way that those kind of shape out the Rinnegan at the bottom of the webcam overlay. And then of course we have the orange up top to match his hair, and then the black to match the Akatsuki robe. But overall, it's a very clean webcam overlay, and I think with it being animated, it's really gonna send it off to that next level, and people are gonna absolutely love this thing. So let's get right into the animation portion of this webcam overlay and see how Pain looks. Alright guys, so here we are with the animated pane webcam overlay. I think this thing came out incredible. As you can tell, the Akatsuki logo just kind of shows up, spins around for a little bit, then goes away. But what's really awesome is that when the Rinnegan appears, the snake bites kind of like come down and appear. But we have a little bit of rotation with the headband here. Nothing really else going on besides maybe a light sweep that's going across this one chakra receiver right here at the bottom. Overall, I think this thing came out absolutely incredible, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys think. One thing I did forget to mention with this webcam overlay is that when the Rinnegan appears, there's a little bit of shake that happens. And the reason for that is because I wanted to kind of replicate Almighty Push. And I feel like that is like a really important thing that I should put in the video. Kind of forgot about it. So if you guys want to download these webcam overlays for free, all you have to do is go to the description down below, join the Discord, and look at the free designs channel in there. There will be every design that I made up until this point, including this one. It's totally yours, for free, no strings attached. That is going to be it for today's video, guys. I do really hope that you did enjoy, and if you did, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel because we're going to be making much more design and gaming content. I definitely hope to see you guys in the next one and look forward to hearing feedback from you. Love, peace, and chicken grease.